I was more than happy, especially like getting 5th with a new personal best. It's like the best thing that can happen in this moment. And I had 2 very difficult years behind me, many injuries, some problems, and then coming back, finally being back at that level of competing and also seeing that I can jump with the girls in the front, that's so much fun. And also, I refound the fun of pole vault, I think.
So what was special about Budapest, in your opinion, that made, because lots of people jump well?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was hot. It was a fast track, and the battle that Katie and I had and lots of the other girls, everyone was just on fire.
Yeah.
And that's what you get at a World Championships, and that's what I love about such a high competition.
It did, but I will say it also gave me more confidence as well, that I know that when I show up to a major that I am capable of performing. Doesn't mean that I will, no, but I have to do my job and step up. But at least it was the comfort of knowing what to expect, knowing that all the girls are going to show up and you have to go jump for jump until it's over. And so I will say there's a comfort in knowing what to expect, but there's definitely added pressure, and I could feel that every bar that people were continuing to make. It's like, okay, next bar, we gotta go. Yeah, I think for me, until the high jumpers did it in Tokyo, I did not know that you could even share the gold medal. I didn't realize, I thought you had to jump off. And so seeing them do it, I'll be honest, when I watched them do it, I remember thinking, I don't know what I do in that moment, because you like the idea of winning it outright, but you just, until you're in that moment, you really don't know like what your gut reaction is going to be. And so when I finished, I was so tired. I was so fatigued. We had battled it out. I was jumping at my all-time personal best. She had just cleared 2 personal bests. And it's just, it brings literally everything out of you physically and emotionally. And when I finished, I thought we kind of had to go to a jump off, and I just assumed we would. And so I think I just said, yeah, it's going to go to 95. And then when I saw her hesitation, I think watching it back, it's kind of hard because the camera's moving and you don't really know what people are saying, but I think I said, unless you both want to take it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just throwing it out there, but like not committing to it yet. And I just also didn't want to assume that she would want to, having not won her own outright. I didn't want to put the pressure on her to do that, but I could see it in her facial expression. She was probably feeling the same way I was. And then I think we both were just kind of like, you want to? Like, yes, great.
Katie, I think, summed it up perfectly. I think my mind went straight back to the Tokyo Olympics. They shared it, we should do the same. And I think when I floated that with Katie, you could just see the relief on your face. And, I assumed that you wouldn't want to jump off either. And it's funny, we thought that about each other, but so I just floated it and it stuck. And, I didn't even run it past my coach or anything.
Me either. I actually walked over and I said, "Are you mad?" He was not, for the record.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
So, I think going from the bronze last year, I didn't really believe maybe I was an outright winner, and I think sharing it is a nice stepping stone to potentially in the years to come to be an outright winner. So, but yeah, I think just sharing it with one of the greats of our sport, I think it kind of, we're going down in the history books. Like, that's cool.
It's very individual. When we step on the track, it's us, but we hang out with these girls. We truly become friends with these people. And so rarely do you have 2 people that are friends in that moment having pure elation. Like, so rarely do you get to genuinely celebrate with your friend in that moment, because everybody except for one person usually goes home a little disappointed, even if they're really happy with their performance. If you don't win, we all want to win. So if you walk away not winning, there's a little bit of sadness there, I guess. And so to have both of us just so truly happy, it was unlike anything I had experienced. And it was, in some ways, it was just as good, if not better, than winning it outright.
To share it.
It was tough because I waited as long as I can to choose which event I will do. I was quite happy that I have to choose the long jump because of an injury and not like I need to decide because of the timetable.
Right.
That was a little easier for me because I had my injury can compete on the highest level in the decathlon. But the last 2-3 weeks before the Worlds, I had to work a lot in my head because I trained great. I'm in great shape, and sometimes my head told me that the decathlon would be so nice. I would score a big result, and I had to really focusing on the long jump. That was tough.
Well, I had a pretty good feeling heading to World Championships. I felt ready, felt fast, felt strong, knew what I was capable of. Entering that first round of Budapest, it kind of didn't really match up, but then I knew, I advanced to the semifinals, so that was the most important thing. Then semifinals, I tried to win my heat. Didn't quite go, the way I planned it, but I knew, I ran 13:28 or something, clipped several hurdles, and it wasn't a great race. So I was pretty confident lining up in the finals, and then, I feel like didn't execute the way I wanted to execute, didn't, really show what I would be capable of. So I definitely felt better than what I did in Budapest.
Yeah, it's exciting. I'm really looking forward to running tomorrow. I think it's always great to run against these athletes, and I think every race I do, I come a little bit closer and a little bit closer, and I think that's the goal, to just improve each race, and it's always very inspiring to run against them. And yeah, I feel happy that I'm already in a better position to run against these women than last year, for example. So yeah, I'm also excited who is gonna run what time and what race it's gonna be. So yeah, I think it's interesting to be in that mix.
Yeah, it was really not that easy. I started my season a lot later than expected, and then my first competition was just also a bit to see how it goes, if it's fine or not, and it wasn't. So it took me some time, but I was able to find a solution to get better and to do some competition before the World Championships. So it was definitely not my best preparation, but in the end, at least I did a season best. I was there, so in the end, I can be happy, I think.
It was awesome, man. I always want to be as close to the gun as possible. I only need to hear the click and I'm gone. And so when I saw that I got lane 2, I was extremely happy, and because I was out away from all the drama that was happening in the middle of the track, and so I could just focus on my 10 hurdles, myself, doing what I need to do.
Pretty fast, when I saw the time. Even though I wrote the 21:40 on the bib, when I saw the time, I was like, oh. But I didn't know the win at the time. So when I was going around and I saw the win, I was like, why I could not even get a little one or something. But it's give and take. You have to prepare. It's a sprint and you need to win. And unfortunately, I didn't get it on that day. But I have 3 more 200 this season. So definitely.
Not at all. It's great that we have that good rivalry between the United States and Jamaica, but at the end of the day, it's just lining up and doing the best that you can do and racing as hard as you can. So I don't feel any pressure. I just line up and try to win. That's literally all I do.
I'm truly happy.
All right, say no more.
No, I mean, of course, there were times that were obviously written, but at the end of the day, you can only become a world champion on those days. Times can always come. If the right circumstance happens, we could break world records here, but you can't be a world champion not at world championships. And grabbing 3 gold medals, is more than I could have truly asked for, because you never know what can go on in a relay. So truly getting 3 is a huge blessing.
Yeah, I can't complain. I think that us 3 here, we're all in fairly similar situations. I think it was a little bit maybe different for Noah in the 100, with more having something to prove rather than going into his other event like a huge favorite, like kind of the us 3 did. So it's a different type of pressure, and it's a one day thing. And yeah, you got to show up on the right day, and you know that everybody around you they're peaking at that moment too. So you got to go up there with your A game and just because you're going in as a favorite, they don't give you the title. You know, you have to go out there and you got to earn it.
It was actually a bit special because the semifinals were super fast. I was like, this is going to be a really, really fast final. But at the same time, I knew that the rounds it's going to be costly for everyone because it is tough and lactic is something you accumulate. It's not like you're on lactic today and you are 100% ready to run lactic tomorrow and the day after and so forth. So what I was thinking is, this race is going to be decided in the last 100 meters, and that's why I didn't go out like a crazy maniac like I always do. I was like, I need to have something left in the tank for the last 100 meters, and I felt like that part was also where the race was decided this time. So I'm very happy about going away with the win, and the competition has almost never been tougher. So
well, the craziest thing is, I just realized that I'm the only one up here without a world record. I'm like,
well, you can change that,
I'm like,
right?
dang, I got to give me one of those.
Change it. Yeah.
And it's not to say that me and my coach were not training for that. Like, we definitely have had practices where we were like, okay, yeah, this is a possibility on the right day and the right time with the right race. And it just ended up not being at Worlds this year, but you know, we were also training for the double, which was, as Mondo was saying, like that idea of, do you want to go after the world record or do you want to go after the championship win? You know, the goal was always to go after the double. So we chose the championship win over everything.
There was a clip on social media of you guys talking about a 100-meter showdown, and I'm wondering, is this ever going to happen? And what maybe is Shelly-Ann going to get invited to join it as well?
You're the challenger. You need to go first.
Put some money on it.
This time I was the challenger, yes. This time. The Shelly-Ann time, that actually kind of really wasn't me. That was, I would say, more her on the offense there. But I don't know. I think it would be, this one feels more likely in a way. This one feels more likely.
Yeah.
And something that, it's something that I would like to do. And I think that I would like to just see where I'm at also and to run 100, because I feel like I do enough sprint training where it would just be fun to see where I'm at too. And I think that Karsten also probably wants to do a 100-meter too.
Yes, I'm like a bit mixed about that, because probably people think that I can run like super fast. I don't think I will see the number 9 on the clock, but I
hope not. And
if I see number 9 show up.
But still, I think it's been a lot of years since I ran the 100 meters, and I know it was the same with you. So it would be just fun. I think actually, it would be a great match.
Yeah, it's been a very interesting week, getting pulled in lots of different directions. But yeah, I think I put together a performance on Wednesday that I was very proud of, regardless of what that time was. I was hoping it would be slightly faster to grab that British record. But again, we have an opportunity tomorrow to go after it. So it's
because of my groin injury, I didn't compete too much this year, and I just did from May to until World Championship, I just did 5-6 throwing sessions and not even full run up. That World Championship was challenging for me, but I was very prepared from my mind. I was thinking, okay, I have some problem, but I change a little bit technique with my right leg, and it works. But the World Championship was hard, always, not only with body but also with mind, because in my country there is so many people and too much pressure with me, and the World Championship was only gold medal I didn't had before. Tomorrow Gianmarco told me that I'll cheer for you with public, and I'll also try to cheer for him. Hopefully
I spoke with him before in the car, and he told me, I really want these 90 meters. I say, man, we are in Zurich. Here everything is possible because the crowd is just amazing. So you told me we are competing close, because we competing here in the end. I say, I will do the crowd the last 2 meters or 30 centimeters.
It's crowd, man,
So I will do it for you. We are all here to perform as well as we can, but it's not easy because that's for me. It's difficult to sleep after you win the gold medal in the championship, because we are not used. I'm not used to win World Championship every 2 years. Mutat's probably he can sleep the day after because we have like 1,000 medals at home. Not me. So it's very difficult because you realize that everything you have done, it worked for something.